What's up, your boy? Vaughn, another reaction. And today's video, we have the Deadliest Vacation Spots by Trap University. Make sure like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it.
Tijuana Cartel, the CJNG. Ever heard of a dragon? Ever heard of the Tijuana Cartel? The CJNG. Ever heard of a dragon that instead of breathing fire, it just breathes poison? So, to start off, I want you to imagine that you live in a beautiful country with one of the highest number of venomous creatures on Earth. And then, you go on vacation in a beautiful country with one of the highest number of venomous creatures on Earth. If that sounds like you, then you might
What is it?
be an Australian in Bali.
Oh, Bali? But niggas be saying Bali beautiful though. The fuck?
Because danger isn't always about crime. Even though there has been a slight increase in crime against tourists, the police take that pretty serious over there.
You didn't even bring us to our location. No, let us out of the car.
No police.
Hello? Excuse me.
Sir, let us out.
I'm gonna go to that policeman over there right now.
Let us out. Let us out.
No, $50.
Do you have?
I don't have the.
Wait.
$50.
Just give him whatever we have.
$50.
So sometimes you just have to worry about bloodthirsty temple monkeys. Well, I mean, they are really cute, and most of the time they'll just try to steal your food, but they are known to sometimes bite and scratch, and they've also been known to steal phones and use them as negotiation tools to get a snack, which makes them not as much of a threat as a living dinosaur with a venomous bite. Because why would a 200-pound lizard with armor for skin and a bite twice as powerful as a German Shepherd
Low-key is kinda cute like a dog. What?
also need venom? I don't know. But this, and please close your eyes if you have arachnophobia, but this is something that I'd never want to see. And most of these are just called giant orb weaver spiders, and they genuinely are harmless to humans by choice, like most spiders in Bali. So if you pay
Okay, yeah, I'm not going out there. I'm good.
attention and mind your business, Bali is mostly just dangerous in the sense that if you're afraid of creepy crawlies, then the giant spiders, scorpions, and poisonous giant centipedes will give you nightmares. And honestly, all of this can go for visiting Australia too, except for maybe the temple monkeys. But that was just a warm-up, so let's move on to somewhere actually dangerous.
Tijuana is the place that many people is afraid.
Oh yeah, this nigga Pooty fearless. This nigga don't got no fear.
You told me, like, is it safe? Like, hell no, it's not. But not that way that you think.
Oh, the homegirl abusive.
She's a Gardell, bro, and she tried to tell me. She pulled her in a motorcycle with a helmet on.
Tijuana, a city that would have been a part of California, but I don't know, the guy who drew the border didn't want San Diego to become too powerful. But it still is California, just with a Baja California. Of the around 20 million people that visit Tijuana every year, it's estimated that about 70% of them are American. Which makes sense. I mean, you could stop at this In-N-Out burger off of Coronado Road in San Diego and be in Tijuana in like 15 minutes. And of course, you can still drive in most of North and South America for a certain amount of time with the US driver's license. And despite being a beautiful city with a similar ideal climate to San Diego, meaning that the heat is far less oppressive than somewhere like Los Angeles or the entire state of Tabasco, Tijuana is consistently ranked as the top 20 most dangerous city in the world. Like, not Mexico, not Latin America, the world, as far as overall crime in general, at least. But as of last year, it did get a lot safer than it was in 2022, when it had the second highest homicide rate on the planet. Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Tijuana cartel, but you may have heard of the CJNG. And just in the past year, due to the ongoing cartel wars, the CJNG left a container with a note on it somewhere in Tijuana. And please, do not ask me or even look up what's in this box. I beg you. Hey, I see you. Stop searching.
Head. I already know a head. A decapitated head. I already know what's in there. I never seen it, but I know it's a head up in there. It got it.
Right now, there's nothing in the box, it's just flowers, and definitely not something that made me wish I never stumbled across it while making this video. And Jesus Christ, there's active ground combat footage from Sicarios, and this is not to say that you can't just walk around Tijuana. Like, people visit the city all the time, go out to the club, eat some good food, and genuinely enjoy the vacation. Because like many places, a lot of the crime isn't just random. It's not like the daily operations of a cartel was just to make a random list of people to target, because that's not how you become a billion-dollar organization. Shout out to all my Mexican viewers though. I've only ever been to Cancun, but I love to visit again. Hopefully y'all show me love when I do. I don't want no smoke. Viva Mexico. Anyway, these next entries are going to be areas really big with the Passport Bro community. community. And I know, I made a video on you guys before, and some of y'all took it as me trying to clown you, but I wasn't. If you go to Colombia or the DR because you're interested in the culture, and you also just want a Latina girlfriend, sure, I guess. Obviously, I don't
Your ass gonna get set up. Keep playing out the.
believe the whole you can't date American women it's impossible thing because, come on, all American women are not the same, just like all Dominican women are not the same. But speaking of Dominican, did you know that there were Dominicans outside of New York City? Just kidding. But there's a beautiful island where only half of it is on fire, and the half that still has a functioning government is called the Dominican Republic. And despite the country having a huge reputation for sex tourism, these numbers are from 2019, but women actually visited the DR more than men. And although you could suggest they were visiting for the same thing, the DR is also a big vacation spot for American aunties. Americans make up most of the tourism industry in the DR, and the U.S. State Department keeps track of Americans who died abroad from both natural and unnatural causes. And as COVID was winding down, tourism everywhere started to increase again. But unfortunately, in a 3-year window, including 2020, 2021, and 2022, the DR had the third highest number of Americans meeting some type of end in a foreign country, with number 1 and 2 being Mexico and Costa Rica, which probably wasn't all tourism because there are a lot of Americans actively involved in cartel business. But in the DR, a lot of these were transportation related, which is pretty scary, but it's kind of the same with incidents involving motorbikes
Damn passport bros.
in South Asia. Because in case you didn't know, the Dominican Republic and Haiti, which again are on the same island, by far have the most traffic fatalities per capita, like multiple sources show that the island of Hispaniola is the only area on this side of the planet to even crack the top 20. Please, if you're visiting the DR, please, I beg you, just walk. But overall, crime-wise, the Dominican Republic is not super dangerous, especially when compared to other places in the Caribbean and Latin America, and a lot of the danger is accident-related. Like, many people underestimate how strong the rip currents are when they go swimming, and are easily swept out into the sea, which on one side is the Caribbean Sea, and on the other side is the treacherous North Atlantic Ocean. Although the DR has been the setting for mysterious disappearances of people from the US and Canada, as well as that one time from 2018 to 2019 where at least 10 people died after drinking or mysteriously becoming sick while on vacation. But before I move on to the next one, I have to include an honorable mention, which is Sudan.
Yeah, y'all niggas just and y'all just stay careful out there in these travelings. Just stay careful out there in them foreign cities,
Because
foreign countries.
I love history. And there are a lot of people that love history, and a lot of their travel is based on that. So you shouldn't visit Sudan right now for obvious reasons, and it's a shame because the people
Yeah, nigga, it's a war going on, a genocide.
of Sudan should be able to benefit from a booming tourist industry because they have such a rich history, which is closely tied with ancient Egypt. They even ruled Egypt for a little while when the kingdom of Kush conquered ancient Egypt in the 25th dynasty. But moving on to Colombia. Now, I won't put the whole Colombia in this category because if you're visiting, you should at least be aware of where not to go because in addition to gangs, some parts of the country are experiencing the effects of the three-way sort of civil war the country has been going through for a while now. Like some parts of Colombia are pretty chill, and some parts are very much not. But Medellin is pretty
Gang niggas going through a civil war? Gang, where the fuck can you go? Like, damn. Fuck you mean they going through a civil war? Like, what the fuck?
cool. You might see a lot of Americans there looking for women though. Bogota is cool, but Buenaventura and Cali are pretty scary. Shout out to one of the homies though. I chopped it up with a guy who watches me on Discord from Buenaventura and he put me on to the area. Hope you're safe, bro. I think he's either in New York or Arizona now, so that's good. But for this last example, we'll actually be headed to Arizona for part of it. But it's gonna be back in the good old US of A. Because of course, some people are not American. I mean, statistically, most living people are not from the United States. But even people in the States may not know that some of the U.S. national parks, like the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, and the North Cascades in Washington, are some of the deadliest destinations for a tourist in North America. Like for instance, the Grand Canyon. For many reasons, a lot of people go missing here, like more than any other national park. From 2018 to February 2023, over 1,000 people were reported missing at the Grand Canyon National Park. And although most of these people were found, a lot
I'll be hearing them Grand Canyon conspiracy theories because it's parts of the Grand Canyon that's blocked off. Niggas say you can walk all the way to Africa from the Grand Canyon. Niggas say it's a portal or something. Like,
were not, 11 people die here every single year. And this is all due to a combination of the extreme Arizona heat as well as elevation sickness. With, again, the heat, since the weather in this part of Arizona is known to be extremely oppressive. But at the highest elevations, the temperature can drop below zero in the winter. And then there's the North Cascades. I had never even heard of this park, but it's probably because I'm not from Washington. And it's not a very visited park, not at all. But the few people who do visit this park give it the highest death rate in the national park system. And not to mention, they're trying to reintroduce grizzly bears to it. But by far the most deadly as far as numbers is the Lake Mead National Recreation Area, which experiences about 19 to 20 deaths every year, with most of these coming from crashes, people in the water without life jackets, and of course, the heat. Since the entire area sits within the Mojave Desert, which, in case you don't know, part of the Mojave Desert, called Death Valley, is where the highest temperature ever on Earth was recorded. I understand that I'm a city boy and some people do enjoy camping, but the elements do not care about your hobbies. And the combination of elevation sickness, desert heat, and unsurvivable falls will definitely keep me away from these parks.
You know, you can see the rocks as they come up, and you know, you just have to, you just have to be cautious.
Although I have visited the Grand Canyon already, but I kept it very brief. Like, I looked into the crater and I saw some people camping out in there, which I didn't even know that you could do that, but apparently you can. And I saw that and I told my cousin, okay, let's go. And obviously this video is kind of an overgeneralization because anywhere can be dangerous if you're not paying attention or if you don't know what's going on. But also, I don't just want to be the typical American and be too America-centric, because people from other countries do exist and they visit America. And I feel like there's not much on the internet telling them where not to go in the United States, because just saying don't go somewhere like Chicago or LA is insane. You can go to Chicago and LA. You should probably be careful in Memphis though. But I appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, make sure to comment, subscribe, and more deuces. Y'all niggas be careful, bro. Watch your fire. Like, y'all niggas be safe, bro. Especially, I'm gonna be safe too when I start traveling.